From abandoned man-made mines to natural sinkholes and underwater pits, we reveal the deepest, most dangerous holes on the planet that will make you think twice about taking that walk, as they have swallowed machines, animals, and people. This is a new episode of Forever Green. In this video, we look at the 10 most dangerous places on the planet Earth. Number 1 is worth watching because some of the deepest places on Earth have stories that are as dark as their depths. The Devil's Sinkhole is the 7th one. The Devil's Sinkhole in Texas, USA, is also called the Satanic Sinkhole. It is a huge vertical tunnel that goes down 400 feet from a 50-foot opening. It was formed over thousands of years by water erosion. The exact past of the Devil's Sinkhole is still unknown to scientists. But things found inside the cave date back to between 400 BC and 2500 BC. There are arrowheads and rocks that have been burned, which suggests that the hole may have been used as a grave site by Native Americans. In modern times, 3 people have died after falling into the sinkhole. The most recent death was in 1972. Because of this, the area was given to the state of Texas in 1985 and opened to the public in 1992. Today, you can only get into the area by making a ticket ahead of time. Do you have a fear of clowns? The sinkhole is home to more than 3 million Mexican free-tailed bats, which scream and emerge from the depths at sunset from April to October. Dean's Blue Hole is number 6. Dean's Blue Hole, also known as the Deadly Diving Hotspot and located on Long Island in the Bahamas, is one of the deepest underwater sinkholes on Earth at 663 feet. Dean's Blue Hole is named after a Bahamian family and has a diameter of 115 feet at the top. But after going down 66 feet, the hole opens into a 330-foot diameter tunnel. Dean's Blue Hole is thought to have been made over 15,000 years ago, when the sea level was lower and rainwater soaked through cracks in the limestone base to make a sinkhole. Because of the deep blue color of its water in comparison to the light blue water around it, the hole is visible above the water. It is home to all kinds of marine life, like tropical fish, turtles, and seahorses. Since April 2008, it has been the site of the Vertical Blue Freediving Tournament. People say that the devil dug the hole, and they say that he is still there and will drag to their deaths anyone who dares to swim there. In 2013, Nicholas Mevely died of pulmonary edema, or too much fluid in the lungs, soon after coming up from diving in Dean's Blue Hole, the first person to die in a free diving competition on a world level. In 2008, 3 women drowned when one fell into a hole and the other 2 tried to save her. The youngest person who died was only 14. After the terrible accident, when the police got to the scene, they found the bodies of the 3 women floating near the shore. Kimberley Mine is the 5th one. At over 700 feet deep, the Kimberley Diamond Mine in South Africa, also called the Big Hole, is said to be the deepest hole ever dug by hand anywhere in the world. Between 1871 and 1914, 50,000 people used shovels and pickaxes to dig out the Big Hole. Because of its size, it is visible from space, but the operation was not without tragedy. Between 1897 and 1899, 853 people were hurt on the site and had to be taken to Kimberley Hospital. At least 1,114 miners died, most of them from tuberculosis and other diseases caused by the terrible conditions in which they lived and worked. People say that if you stood at the hole and listened carefully, you could still hear the miners' cries from long ago. The hole became the most popular tourist destination in the area after mines stopped, and there is now a museum right next door. The 4th is the Berkeley Pit. The Berkeley Pit is an abandoned copper mine in Montana, USA, that is 1,780 feet deep. It is one of the few places in the world where you can pay to see toxic trash. It stopped being used in 1982. And since then, water has been slowly filling it up. And because the rocks in the mine contain heavy metals and chemicals like sulfuric acid, the site is now holding back more than 6.5 trillion gallons of toxic, acidic, copper-colored water. In 2016, a big group of a few thousand snow geese flew into the pit to get out of a snowstorm. Officials were worried about the geese and tried to scare them away from the water and stop any more from landing. But in the end, chemicals in the water killed around 4,000 of the geese. Would you go to this copper-colored lake that is dangerous? Like it and tell me what you think in the comments. Glory Hole is number 3. The Glory Hole is a spillway of the Monticello Dam in the United States. In 1957, the Monticello Dam was done. Its job is to keep people safe by making sure that the water in Lake Berryessa doesn't rise too high and flood the dam. When the water level gets too high, it doesn't go over the edge of the dam. Instead, it goes into a spillway called the Glory Hole, which is 72 feet wide and 700 feet deep. It can hold up to 362,000 gallons of water per second, and water only goes into the Glory Hole when it rises 15.5 feet above the level of the tube. In May 2006 was the last time this happened. The 72-foot-wide drain was a dangerous trap for Emily Schwalick, 41, who was swimming in the lake in 1997 when she crossed the buoy line, meant to keep bathers out of danger, and found herself being pulled toward the spillway. Chandbori is number 2. Chandbori in Abaneri, India, was built between 800 and 900 AD. It is one of the largest step wells in the world, with a depth of 100 feet. It was made to store rainwater from the rainy season so that it could be used during drier times of the year. The well has 3,500 steps that go down 100 feet on 3 sides, and on the 4th side is a temple to the Hindu goddess Harshadmata, who is known as the goddess of happiness. Because there have been accidents that have killed people in the past, you now need a unique pass to go down to the bottom of the monster well. Local legend even says that ghosts dug the well in one night, but movie fans will know it better as Batman's jail in The Dark Knight Rises and as the setting for The Fall. There is a sinkhole that looks a lot like the one in the picture, and that's number 1. The Great Blue Hole. The Great Blue Hole is one of the world's biggest sea holes. It is 60 miles from the coast of Belize. The huge pit, which is also called the Deep Blue Grave, is over 400 feet deep and almost 1,000 feet wide. It is home to reef and bull sharks, like the one in the picture of the member pic that was just described. About 150,000 years ago, the blue hole began to form as a cave made of limestone. Over time, the water level rose, flooding the caves and causing the roof to fall in, making this unique hole. The hole is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular place to go scuba diving. In the 1970s, Jacques Cousteau made it famous by calling it one of the best places to dive on the planet. In a submarine, Richard Branson and Cousteau's grandson Fabien went to the bottom of the chasm together last year. 2 of the 3 divers who were thought to have gone lost in the hole were found dead at the bottom. The 10 most dangerous holes on the planet Earth are now complete. Which one of these places made your heart beat the fastest? Tell us in the comments below.